All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to TF Live's coverage of ozfortress Season 23, Week 6. This is a match between Xenophobia Phobia and Trisomy 21. Both good Prem teams. We should have hopefully a fairly exciting match for you this evening. With me on co-caster tonight is Concorde. How are you doing tonight, Concorde?
Pretty well. First Australian cast of essentially my experience, so it's going to be good.
Yeah, looking forward to it. You cast a lot of Asia Fortress games, do you?
I cast a couple in my lifetime as well as some games.
Awesome. All right, and producing this game tonight will be Thermite on camera. We might just start by running down a couple of players on these teams just before we head live. I'll take us down the first roster, which I'll take us down Trisomy's roster. So Trisomy tonight will be down on Scout. Here's Don Juan on your screens. Lugnuts is the second Scout. Mad is roaming, Feign, Pocket, Crud, Demo, and I believe they have Half Wrong on Medic, although he hasn't joined the server just yet. Let's head over to the roster of Xeno. Do you want to take us through that, Concorde?
All right, we have Vanna on Scout as well as Coolman, Tay, and Pause on Soldier. Sean is I believe demo, but
No, Sean is Medic, and the demo is
the OG is
Doge.
demo. Yeah.
Yeah, they have swapped. Sean used to be a demo main, and Doge used to be a med main. They have kind of swapped around. But yeah, so they're both very strong rosters. Both played together for a number of seasons. Xeno playing together in some form or another since about season 17 or 18, I believe. And this roster the other roster on Trisomy 21 used to be called Damage Incorporated. They played for quite a long time together, coming, I believe, third in Prem was their highest. Xeno might have come second in Prem, maybe third. I don't know. They both came somewhere in the top three at the height of their careers. But Xeno is currently coming second this season, just behind the top dogs of Jasmine T. And I believe Trisomy is coming fourth right now as we head. I believe there's one more week and then we head into the playoffs. Just quickly, Cool Man on your screens is, I believe, Redcoat Zygote. Demo main, and then we are heading playing Scout, I believe, tonight. Tay is Pocket, and Pause is Roma. Both very comfortable on those classes. Do you have any sort of predictions as to how this match will go, or have you not been following too closely?
I believe possibly 4-1, if that's possible on Pro Lance. Not much to know from my side on these teams, but looking at Xeno's records as well as T21, I'd say Xeno can take it pretty easy. 4-1, definitely.
Yeah, Xeno has historically been the much stronger team. There's probably going to be a 4-1, maybe a 5-0 even. Like, it could get very, very quickly rolled depending on how these mids go. Speaking of mids, we might just really quickly compare the two demo men, because I think that's a big decider of mids on this map, is how fast you can get to mid. Crud's rollouts are solid, but they're I don't know, they're not quite as good as Doge's rollouts, in my opinion. Doge has been working quite heavily, and he is very quick to mid. I guess we'll see what happens with these two demos as we head live into this first mid on Prolands. Take us away into this first mid, Concorde.
Alright, I'm watching Kurd. Very decent rollout. Textbook from Kurd. He is currently on platform Hunter. Meanwhile, Blue had already come on to the mid, and we have seen some frags from each side, but Xenophobia may as well win the mid, and looking at it, they might, but the combo of T21 eventually wiped out the entire mid.
Yeah, that was actually really, really impressive. They knew that Doge was going to be the key to that mid, and down forwarded Doge right across that mid, got him down to about 3 health, and then the rest of Trisomy actually collapsed really, really hard onto that combo. Looks like it was going to go badly as Tay and the scout, can't remember which scout that was, did combine for a couple of good frags right at the end, but that was a really, really convincing mid out of Trisomy there, as they now have full ad pushing towards second point. Vana up on sniper now. Let's see what's happening in Concorde.
Alright, so Mad was going to jump, got denied by the soldiers of Xenophobia, but this should be an easy Spire cap for them, and we are going to see now Xenophobia are now holding Bat's upper lobby. Meanwhile, Red Team, Bane just got down and got dropped! It dropped!
Oh wow, yeah. Amazing
bad
play.
omen for that.
Halfrong known for trying to hold these Ubers quite a lot. He was caught out, I think, just by they accidentally dropped Fane to some nice stickies and some damage from the scouts there. But now Sean in a completely reversed situation with their full ad pushing down into mid with 3 down. A nice, actually no sticky traps rather up from Crud here. I thought he had some up. He looked like he was watching some, but no stickies up right now. He's just spamming as this push comes in from Sean.
Yeah, we see now Paws actually going to the shit house. Very getting comfortable on mid. Meanwhile, Mad is trying. He managed to force Sean to use his Uber while Xeno are in mid and they are coming down to the Spire, but I believe Red with their kill on Vanna can hold this for a while now.
Yeah, that was a really good bomb from the Red Soldier of Mad there. Little bit of a pussy pot from Sean. He could have held that, I reckon. But now we have this large ad being walked forward across mid by Red Team, and they are going to take this without even needing to use their Uber as they come close to choke. Tay doing his best to try to force something. Some nice sticky traps up, but they get around without even contesting those traps. Nice spam coming in, but they are looking like they're going to take this point fairly easily, Concorde.
Oh, but as I say that, Bane got destroyed, hurt as well. Falls with a nice good flank over from house, and now the Red Soldiers managed to force Halfrong there, and this should be a Spire hold against all odds for Xenophobia.
Yeah, Soldiers and Demos combining actually to a lot of damage on that point, taking down one person just from the spam and then being followed up on by really good positioning from Pause there, as they have now reversed the situation completely. Aggressive bombs coming in on this mid. Mad jumping towards Sean. Sean does get forced off there. That Uber is very good, and they do catch out Fane. The pocket there, very, very low health on Demos and Scouts. They're all just going to be forced right out as this mid cap does go down, and looks like a very, very easy second cap as well, Concorde.
Yeah, Xeno didn't really care about the force there from Mad. They kept pushing, and we are seeing now with Xeno tapping Spire, they are going to possibly hold it for a while until they get their Uber. Meanwhile, T21, they're holding last with Halfrong got their Uber, and we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, notoriously quite a hard point to push out of. Badlands second into last. Halfrong actually does take quite a lot of spam there. All down to 8 health. Does force his Uber there. That was a really nice positioning, and Xeno is of course communicating really, really well. Sean's way back there. He's in no position to get forced. Halfrong actually on the bridge. Question mark play from Halfrong there. Gets taken out by some spam. Yes, Tay there is quite confused as well. 100% Uber ad from Sean as they walk towards this last point now with 2 down on the side of Trisomy. Not looking good, Concorde.
Yeah, Halfrong, very questionable positioning there. Trying to get into lobby, but eventually got caught up. This should be an easy Uber from Xeno, as I say that. Lugnuts pushing back the Uber. Meanwhile, Tay is trying to do something. Eventually, Lugnuts get caught up, but this should be an easy hold for T21. As I said that, 3 kills has come already. Third, trying to do something. Vayne got a kill on pause. Halfrong dead. Now, it's only Lugnuts and the soldier remaining. We should hold last. against all odds. Vanna should die from fire damage, but Sean saves him eventually. What a close battle for last that one, Xander.
Yeah, they played the point really, really well. Doge got those stickies off in time and they were playing it. If that Pyro hadn't spawned, Varna would have definitely won that fight with the soldier with his medic in tow. But that Pyro spawn from Lugnuts just did so much damage. God damn, I
look
hate
at Matt.
Pyro. Where's Matt? Oh, he's in the forward spawn. I don't think he's been spotted yet. He could go for a play. But this Uber is actually already up again from Sean. NG play already on last with that Pyro going around there. Don't know if they realize exactly how much ad they have. This Uber does get forced in. Lugnut's taken down really low, but he is still denying so much of this Uber. This Pyro is doing so much work. Gun only just goes down. They only lose the Pyro to that. Sean taken very low, and now this Uber is up on the side of Halfrong. Disastrous push yet again. Sean actually does go down in the mess of this fight. Sean 20-second respawn. They're still trying to fight this really, really messily. Halfrong not getting forced in that situation after the scout. Doge is on really, really low health, forced to back away, and there's no one above like 100 health right now on Xeno as this Uber does get pushed out really, really comfortably. Paws dying to see what he could get done there. But that was really, really well played on the side of Red Team Concorde.
Yeah, Xeno got caught out by the Pyro. They kept pushing without... They could have gone back a bit, take it so, but no, they kept pushing. Very much caught up, and now with the easily comfortable Spire tap, the Uber has been popped from T21, and they possibly take mid. But I say that, Matt got out by Red Coat, and he is possibly third as well. And Xeno with the repush over here. Jay trying to do something. Halfrong is on his own. He'll get killed. It is. Jay taking down Halfrong, but Vayne and Lugnuts, Jay and Pause killed, and now it's still a massive fight from both teams with Xeno being crowned as the victor of the mid fight and possibly going to Spire again.
Yeah, that was an absolutely ridiculous fight. Xeno on such low health as their positioning was like taken by that Uber, but Sean was in just the right position to hit quite a lot of arrows, and Varna just walked forward and DM'd that demo, and from that demo pick they managed to walk all the way in, losing both their soldiers, and Lugnuts getting the consolation frag onto Doge right at the end before, but Sean keeping their team in that fight, and that's amazingly well coordinated push leads them into a full Uber push into last. Let's see if they can beat this Lugnuts Pyro this time, Concorde.
Yeah, let's see now. Level 3 already there for D21 on the right side of their spawn. Lugnut is still a bit looking around, trying to call out any sort of Xeno member, trying to peek in. They are still holding on bats, and we are possibly seeing a push, but
yeah, Varna actually does. Yeah, Varna.
This is going to be a very comfortable lockdown.
Yeah, even Uber's out there. Varna actually fed in to see what he could get done. And I assumed we'd see him spawn some sort of off-class to try to break this. But he spawned Scout. Redcoat actually sacking in onto the point and getting a ridiculous amount of cap time.
Oh, Lord.
That's actually really good.
It's going to be disastrous.
Yeah,
we are seeing now Sean popping in. Off from the counter Uber. Lugnuts is down below, but there is no one on the point except for the Pyro of Lugnuts. A massive fight on upper lobby. Vayne 2k on K and Dodge. 3k on Pause. This should be a fairly easy last hold for them, and that is a comfortable wipe, except two people are still alive, which is Sean and Red of the Spawner. Very disastrous exchange there for Xeno especially.
Yeah, I thought that was going to go the other way. They had so much cap time on point, and that forced the Pyro down onto the low ground, which would have been a very advantageous position for Xeno to pop in on, and you can tell that they thought that as well, but it just didn't go their way. And the player ad from Red Team here just lets them walk all over mid, completely uncontested. Just a little bit of spam coming in there. Sean hitting some arrows to keep his team alive. Pretty even Ubers now. Pause sort of jumping around, taking some damage on the flank, seeing what he can get happening. But it looks like these Ubers are just going to even out on a mid to second stalemate.
Very decent pushes from both teams so far. We are still 0-0 with 90 minutes remaining. Very much bit different from what I expect personally.
Yeah.
And we are seeing now a possible movement on the flank. Fame trying to engage with the soldier and scout of Redcoat and pause there, eventually backing off. And this could be another stalemate as we haven't seen any pushes other than that.
Yeah, they tried to see what they could get done on that flank, but it was communicated too well. Sean rotated over with his heals and kept everyone in that fight. Just more spam, and yes, as you say, it's still anyone's game right now. Not the role that we've been predicting. Mad tries to jump in to get what he can do, but he just gets completely deleted by scouts, and a really nice fight from Doge. No counter-sack coming in just yet. Tay trying to spam some rockets out through house, but it's just a distraction for Pause, but Pause beefs his jump into 2 scouts and gets mulched. So unfortunately, nothing happened. Redcoat actually getting hit by an errant pipe there. Down is going in, trying to force this, trying to DM there. Doge actually does get dropped by Sean. Fane is going to get caught out in that Uber, and yeah, so that's Pocket dropped and everyone down, and the Uber is so much better on red team. Sticky's out. Sean is forced to back away in a not a favorable way. Crud is forcing his way into the medic and Pocket combo, but the Pocket does get taken out, and now it's just Sean backing by himself, does get taken out. Absolutely disastrous for Xeno there, Concorde.
Yeah, this is the lone roller there, killing Redcoat, very much instigated the push. Now Pause got killed by Kurt, and we should see a fire cap from T21, and Sean with his death could be a very large, around 30 or 40 ad for half from here, and we are going to see them running around in Badlands as they move forward to the last. We have Pyro from Redcoat as well, a sniper from Vanna, but other than that, push as of yet.
Yeah, Vanna seeing what he can do, going quite forward for the hero shot. I think they should be aware that Redcoat is on Pyro now, because this is the play that worked so well against them before. Redcoat just waiting for that push, and here this push comes. Redcoat air blasting it quite a lot. He's taken a fair bit of damage, but this Uber is completely stuffed. But that means nothing. There's a scout on the point.
Nobody saw down.
Yeah, they were all so focused on that top left that Down just walked in. I think that was just through main and just capped the point. That's the first round going to Trisomy in the almost complete opposite of what we predicted, Concorde. Let's take us through this second mid now.
Alright, Coach, now a very fast rollout to mid. Already getting some damage on the T21 guys. But Sean getting caught out by main. Eventually got caught out again by Redcoat. Now T21 possibly getting mid. People killing from Dino's side, and wow, what a dominant mid from round 1, Xander.
Yeah.
Now pushing to the lowers.
Yeah, heading into second point off that very convincing mid win. They did the same thing, except it was a double soldier bomb this time rather than just the scout walking directly at Doge. They know they need to control him on these mid fights because he's such a DM influence in these middle fights. He gets there so quickly and has such great DM.
Boss is stuck behind.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to get anywhere in time. They know he's there, trying to instigate a back cap, trying to force some people behind. Fane is getting MGE'd. Oh, he misses the midi, but that would have been an amazing rocket if he had hit that. Fane going to win this. Pause is actually running away.
Wow.
Wow, in the meantime, they do actually cap that, as I don't think I was watching that at all. Do you know what happened there, Concorde?
Neither do I.
I imagine they just ran some scouts on point and just saw what they could do. But yeah, that's in our third mid, and we're now 2-0 against Xeno in this really exciting game, Concorde.
Completely flipped outside down, and now we are seeing a Xeno aggression. Down got caught on. Very early frag. Mad, Buzz, and Fane all got caught on, and now it's a Xeno push there. A bit of revenge from round 2. Now aggressively pushing to Spire and K, trying to pick off anything that he can. Wow.
Yeah, they knew that they would go aggro again because it had been working so well for them. Doge just waited down in Valley for that soldier to come in and hit some nice pipes to get the soldier cleaned up on by his scout partner there, and they just retaliated with their own aggro bomb and took out their combo, which is exactly what you want to do. It's an even Ubers situation here. Actually, a little bit of ad on the side of Half Wrong, but that's nothing that they're going to move on. We do see an even Ubers stalemate again with this Lugnuts Pyro that has been such a problem for Xeno. Let's see if they can do something to make it change, Concorde.
Yeah, Lugnuts very efficient on that over denial so far. As we see now.
Oh my
no,
goodness.
What?
Redcoat W's onto point. No, he just literally walked at the point and no one was watching it. Even Uber's situation bots in just like he did before, only this time it works. And that's the first round on the board for Xeno, Concorde. Alright, heading into this next mid. We have Doge dealing quite a lot of damage with his scouts just walking forward. Redcoat and Varna all cleaning up everyone. They wipe there, but right at the very, very end, Mad does get the consolation medic pick, and Sean is the only one to lose his life on that mid. But other than that, that was a very, very dominant showing from Xeno as they walk all the way onto second. Yeah, this Spire cap is going their way. Sean forward spawning.
From Xeno, and now we are seeing a possible push again from Redcode. Not going to work again the second time. They learned their lesson P21, and we are seeing now Xeno on the backs, Demo and Soldier. Meanwhile, the usual off-class competition from T21, Lugnuts on Pyro. Could they suppress the push from Xeno this time? Last time, Redcode just pushing through middle.
Redcoat has rused them already by going Spy. Yet to see if he will go for a back cap attempt or go to try to stab someone, but with this Pyro botting around, flaming things, Feign in spawn, checking for spies. They probably are aware of it as well. Nothing will get past them here. Yeah, we can see just some Pyro spam. He knows to check for that Spy. But this... Ubers are evening out. Sorry, I had a long day at work. Ubers are evening out now as this Spy just sort of sees what he can get done.
Yeah, Redcode already in the middle fire. As we say that, Uber has been popped. Lugnuts doing his best to mitigate anything from that stage. And Redcode actually going down doggy on this constellation kill on third. And that is a failed push once again from, but most importantly, Sean is still alive and they have another chance to at least do another push. But as I say that, Half Wrong with the full Uber advantage, but T21 wouldn't want to take any more risk after that.
That was a huge meme play from Xenophobia just then. They traded Ubers in and had the Spy right in the right spot to get a huge pick, except he just butter knifed and got mulched by the sentry gun. He has come up, he did come up Spy very briefly again to try for that back cut, but he has changed off it again. And this Uber ad is rapidly diminishing as Sean is sort of grinding away on Greybridge, waiting for them to make a move. It looks like they're content just to sit here as Down goes back onto Engineer and is building up that gun again, as this is yet another even Ubers onto last stalemate.
Yeah, very decent situation so far from both teams. Xeno still 0. Meanwhile, my bad. Xeno is 1 with T21 2. They need another round to mitigate their loss here. Redcode watching that bank, but there's a soldier denying that entry. Redcode
gun is getting spammed. Yeah, gun gets spammed down. Sticky's on point. That's what their plan was just there. Pause going down as well. They do lose 2. They do the same play. The trade in. The Uber is traded here. Sean just using this to try to get out.
No, Sean. There was a stare down between the soldier and Sean, but Vanna goes down. Hey, running away with his pickaxe, barely alive, and very, very weird push there as Down got caught on.
Down going behind for the medic pick actually does end up
Yeah.
paying for his life there. A little bit of an overextension.
Oh.
Redcoat is in a great position on the secret French class right now, and he's just standing on that point. He does win it. There is a soldier there. Yeah, that's the...
Play.
Yeah. And that is the second round. About 10 minutes left and it's tied 2-2. This is a very close game. Both of Xeno's rounds have been to Redcoat doing some retarded back cap, which is always good to watch. But why don't you take us through this next mid, Concorde?
Alright, we see now, yes, George as well. Going first on mid, I think some damage, but as now we see T21 members crawling in from to the members of Xenophobia. As they said it, it's still a messy fight on the mid. He got Mad got pistoled by Ivana, and it's still anyone's game. Pause. Actually got the kill on Halfrong. That's a medic down for T21, and this should be an easy mid for Xenophobia if they can keep Sean alive. And with that Vanna 2K, they will. And very good positioning and pushing back from Xenophobia.
Yeah, that mid fight was all over the place. Both teams tried to go each other's sides, and it kind of got very awkward and messy. Halfrong right at the very end there, hitting a really nice surf. Unfortunately, he was a little bit too low, and there was some easy ground splash rockets from Pause right at the end. Very good desperation rockets, of course, but still getting that splash kill on a very, very low health medic, which unfortunately does leave Red Team Trisomy at a 50% Uber disadvantage into last. They have their gun up, they have their pyro, they've done this before. Let's see what happens, Concorde.
Let's see now, Sean actually doing the right thing and pushed right instead of left, essentially gaining the advantage. The Uber though, it's going down. Meanwhile, Redcoat trying to do something, got caught out possibly by the soldier. Lognuts with a good reflect on Doge, and this should be a very comfortable and decisive last hold for T21 with Tay and down going down.
Yeah, it was interesting. They did, I think, do the right thing and push the other side, but that gun wasn't communicated, so they lost. Pause is in an excellent position, and he's jumping back for the back cap. There is a soldier in the tube that is fighting him, and he does lose that duel. Mad on like 7 health winning that duel, as they do get the Spire cap. Nearly the huge brain play. But in the meantime, while that has all been happening, Halfrong is forced onto this mid to second. Sean is taken out by a really nice jump forward from Fane there. Tay also losing his life, and it's just 2 up, one of whom is a spy on Redcoat.
Oh no.
He is behind them under mid. He's coming up behind them on mid. I don't know if he can get anywhere fast enough. Going through house. Fane is actually spamming behind. He is double checking if there's anything there. Nice headshot from Vanna there, cleaning up crud.
Ooh, and Vayne got the counter kill on Vanna. And now with 5v5, essentially 4v5 with Redcode possibly still on Spy. Lugnuts got caught out by those stickies, and now T21 forced to stuck on battlements. Halfrong got his Uber. Sean already has 45% of it. This should be a very much interesting situation where it's all on T21 on how will they push it. And we are seeing now down actually got caught out by Stay.
Yeah, that was so unlucky that sticky trap didn't kill him.
And the pyro from Redcode, and every time T21 wants to push, they are getting denied immediately, and now they are stuck on upper lobby. Meanwhile, Sean now mitigates that Uber advantage. We will see now a possible push, but with the player, not everyone in full health, this should be a very even fight either way.
Yeah, these even Ubers exchanges are not happening very well. There's a sniper from Vanna seeing what he can do. But yeah, these sticky traps are doing so much work. He's killed 2 people essentially in just this last hold with just traps. His demo play is really, really good right now.
We are seeing push?
Yes, the Ubers are traded. The Tay doesn't get dropped. It does get flashed right in the end. Much, much better Uber from Xeno as this soldier...
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, it was a very dangerous and risky play from Halfrong. Now possibly got caught up by Vanna. He got killing Spain, and Now, T21 are forced back out with Halfrong little to a quarter of his health, and Xeno should cap this Spire either way if anything should do something about it. They meanwhile is already on house, and T21 is stuck on the choke,
Yeah,
possibly backing out.
Tay really far forward, separated from his team a bit there. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication as Mad was actually stuck behind on low health. Was taken out eventually by quite a nice pipe from Doge. But they do get this cap, but this looks like it's just going to hop really quickly. Although, saying that, they're one player ad and they're choosing to back off instead of use their 20% Uber ad. They must have thought that was even, which is not characteristic of Hafrong. Usually he counts really well, but these Ubers are now evening out into yet another mid to second stalemate. Only 4 minutes left. This might end up going to a golden cap. Thermite, not Thermite, sorry, Concorde.
This could be as well, but we are seeing now a very comfortable stalemate from both teams. Meanwhile, we see Boz hanging out on the flank there, trying to do something, and they are just spamming out the hope, trying to get any sort of advantage that could instigate a push. And as you said, it's still a fairly even Uber, and there is no push whatsoever is in sight for both teams.
Yeah, I feel if anyone has got to make the play here, it's Trisomy. They're the ones that are on mid. They want to push forward here. So we do see that Soldier try to jump forward. He does get denied. It's just a distraction though as Mad goes in, but Mad doesn't even get close to Sean, barely scratching him with one rocket. And this is the counter sack coming in from Tay. He does get actually very nice rocket on Halfrong. He's very low health, but he does actually get mulched by those scouts. Halfrong should choose to head backwards to the pack here. Yeah, he does. And this evens out yet again into the same stalemate. He was very low. He was about 30 health at the end of that one, which is very unlucky.
And we are seeing now another stalemate. Nobody's going
Mad
to do
has actually
so
spawned Spy. I don't know if he's coming out of spawn. Yeah, he has come out of spawn as Spy. This might be the play that we need to see, or it might just be a feed. Tay spamming into house might catch him out a little bit, but we're yet to see anything. Fane jumping forward in his distraction, bringing Tay out of house. That would have been the move that Mad wanted to do, but he's stuck on that cloak and dagger, kind of hobbling through. Eats a massive rocket from Tay. They know now, and he is forced to run all the way back. He may even choose to go all the way back to spawn and change off. Does indeed look like what he's doing. That's a really unfortunate timing rocket on that one.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. Tay with a good rocket on Mad. Taking him down very low, and we are seeing now a house push. Paul's almost getting caught out by Fane there. Meanwhile, they're opting for a flank push up from popping his Uber. Meanwhile, a backhand was trying to be instigated, and taking down Lugnut and Matt. This should be a Spire cap for Trisomy. Nice shot. Red Code got killed by down. Up actually gone to Tay with a double kill on Fane and Halfrong. Now, it is still very messy with Xenophobia possibly holding out and recapping Spire. And what a messy push that is.
Yeah, they wanted to push that flank, but as they started capping, Xeno's flank got behind their flank as well and just took both of them out, and they were left with a huge player disad. And this recap has actually been denied. Down and everyone jumping really far forward, doing what they can, and this cap is denied. Down is actually running straight towards last. He gets caught out right away by some nice rockets.
They should do something.
Yeah, they're trying to do what they can. Looks like everyone's falling back onto point just to hold this with 2 players down and 30 seconds left. Concorde.
This could well be a golden cap either way. 20 seconds is possibly the maximum thing you can do, but other than that, this should go down to a golden cap. 10 seconds remaining. Yeah, there is no possible way Trisomy can do anything about it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Yeah, that Uber Pyro isn't letting anyone else on that point. And that is our first map going to a golden cap with a tied score of 2-all. Not at all what we predicted, Concorde.
Yeah, very much not. We predict at all. Trisomy giving a run for their money to xeno, equal damage either way.
Yeah, we might pull up these logs in a second. For me, the first person that I see on these logs standing out at the top of the damage score is Tay. Tay, top damage, not by much. Varna only just behind him. But for a team that doesn't scrim in Xeno, they haven't been scrimming a lot at all recently. That's a really impressive score from Tay, who has basically quit the game except for matches for his HSC. But he seems to be doing really, really well. Top damaging there. Who else stands out on these logs to you, Concorde?
Wait a second. I am a bit lag behind. Let's see here. Let's see. Fane very much 20 to 12 K and D. We see now the damage between them. They very much dominating with the 8,310 number there. Between the medics, we see now actually pretty much equal from Hafrong and Sean there. Hafrong, of course, got that one drop on the earlier start there, and yeah, very much equal, except Hafrong got caught on, and Sean very much a longer Uber build than Hafrong, and with the heal percentage is more towards the pocket as we see, but Dodge and Tay actually have equal amount of health, so very much a very essential players in pushes so far. And other than that, I see very much equal from both. That's the one thing I saw equal.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would explain the equal scoreline. Sean dying a couple of less times. That I think speaks to his positioning in a post Uber situation. He knows where to stand quite well, and it was really, really well coordinated between him and his team where they were standing. So he was much better protected in these post Uber situations, and standing in the right place when his team was going for a force so that he could get out, and then also in the right position that his team could repush really, really quickly. So it was, I think, much, much better medic play from Sean, in my opinion, just purely based on his positioning. Hafrong, of course, hitting some really, really nice surfs, but unfortunately did die that couple more times, which I think does affect the scores just a little bit. But it is, I think, in terms of demo v demo, Doge just doing so much more damage than Crud. Definitely. By about 2,500 more damage. He gets to mid so much quicker, and he just pounds every time. He hit so many really, really nice pipes in that fight, and he hit so many stickies. Are we live on this next mid? I was actually tabbed out looking at scores. Oh my goodness, and they've done what we were talking about just before, this huge aggro collapse and Doge getting taken out just as we were talking about how important he is.
With air shot from down, but eventually got caught on by Fane. That's a mid win for 21.
Yeah, that was really, really good. I actually just tabbed in right in time to see Doge get absolutely mulched by just about everybody jumping him. As we were just saying how great he was at demo, they know how much they need to shut him down, and he just got completely deleted that mid.
Yeah, very much aggressive from the start for T21. Couldn't do anything except trying to do equal amounts of damage to them, but eventually T21 was the victor, and now we are seeing another stalemate. T21 was actually not the Uber advantage.
Sean actually survived at the end of that, and they are all the way in without using. They kill Crud without actually having to use this Uber. One soldier jumping in, and that is a big pussy pop from Sean. Oh no.
This could do well for Halfron. He is at 85%, and even though I say that Dino already on Spire,
Yeah, they should hopefully push this out
T21.
and deny their Spire. That's what I would be doing here. Yeah, they do. They come out. That Uber is used so early, though. Spire isn't capped, but they're going to run out of any sort of charge by the time they get to choke. And Sean, again, is in such a good position. Redcoat gets farted on yet again. Redcoat, what are you doing? Tay survives by some nice arrows there. Oh, that's a little bit of a back feint, actually, getting mulched by some more nice damage from Doge there, and now Huffrong is being forced all the way back with his team as they are 2 down now, Concorde.
Yeah, very much equal trade there for both teams, as Xeno will finally finish that cap Spire cap, and Sean having around 10 to 20% of Uberad, but they haven't pushed in yet. They are still on bad, and now an upper lobby battle with Fane finally backing out, and will we see another outclass of Lognut Spyro? Here he is, but is it too late?
He gets the Uber pushed on him and absolutely deletes that, but Sean does manage to get out. Lugnuts is pushing really far forward with the tail end of this Uber, but nothing happens. Fane might get caught out. Yeah, nice pipes from Doge getting Fane there.
Almost got caught on.
Tay actually surviving there, which is a miracle. Redcoat trading with the Roma just at the very end, and this is 2 down to only Redcoat. Paws very, very low, does get taken out. Pyro is forced down onto the point, and Tay knows that that's really good. Tay spamming this Pyro really hard.
To do something. This could be the divine moment. That's it. Xeno, they did it.
Yeah, and that's the golden cap going 1-0 to Xeno, and they are your victors for Badlands. Some really good play. They just played that last push quite slowly and methodically, which is always nice to see. They rush in, they deal with that Pyro after the Uber gets finished, catch some overextending players, and then repush really, really well. Concorde?
Yeah, very much. Well, other than the equal scores, let's see how they are on aggressive pushes. Both are equals, but Xeno definitely are capable more with that capitalizing on every single advantage they had. Very much red code with the sneaky 2 caps on the round before the golden cap, and with the collapse on the golden cap, very much declared Xeno the victor, and deserved, actually.
Yeah, I feel that that's the only last cap that Xeno actually did deserve after those 2 back caps from Redcoat there. They actually won that one fair and square with quite a lot of teamwork. I think Sean might be knocking some heads together saying, hey guys, let's concentrate and do this. Tay did quite a lot of work there as well, jumping around, creating a lot of distraction when he needed to and dealing a lot of damage when he needed to. They seemed to read the situation very, very well and reacted quickly to it, which is always great to see.
Yeah, very much appreciated now. Now, our next map is actually a map that I am very much alienated from. Logjam. What is this map? Please,
so this is first season we've seen Logjam in ozfortress in a very, very long time. I believe it was played for 1 or 2 seasons quite a long time ago, maybe around season 8 to 10. I can't remember. I didn't start playing then, so I've not actually played this when it was in ozfortress originally. But yeah, this is Logjam. So the creator Heiss of this map has been in talks with a lot of the ozfortress community members and staff, and he's really, really keen to develop this map as a sort of comp map. He's keen to make the changes that are suggested from this season, and he's keen to, you know, edit it and update it as required, which is really, really cool to see some map makers who are still really active and really want to make some maps for this community. I think the newest map that has been played in ozfortress recently has either been Koth Bagel, which has been fairly well received actually, or Reckoner. I think Reckoner was last played in like season 21 or 20 or something like that. Bring back Reckoner. But yeah, so this is quite an old map, but it is available to update. So if there's any spots that we see, we should let the map maker know. I'm not super familiar with this map either. I know a few callouts. Any callout that I don't know, I'm just gonna call logs, and hopefully everyone will understand what I'm talking about. There are a few
basic callouts, Xander. It works every single time.
Yeah, I'm gonna call everything is mid logs or second logs, and we'll see what we get. But that was so really close match on that last map. I don't know how this one will go. This is a complete wild card for me. Do you have any guesses as to how this map might roll out, Concorde?
No idea at all. We were talking about the 4-1 for xeno that blew out of the water with the 3-2. T21 definitely showed their mettle here. And with this being a wild card, this could be a very fairly equal ground for both teams to essentially play, do stuff, explore. And if I were to guess, in a very passive aggressive way, possibly another 3-2 for Xeno.
Yeah, I think it has the possibility of being close. However, when a team doesn't know maps very well, it tends to fall back on DM quite a lot. I know Xeno is hurting quite a lot tonight from missing their star scouts in Sam and Aisho, who are both extremely good at scouts. Every game that I have
Actually
seen
scary.
Xeno, yeah, every game that I've seen Sam and Aisho play, Sam has been the mega carry of Xeno. He just hits every shot. Anything that kind of looks at him the wrong way dies. So it's a shame that he's missing out tonight. But Redcoat and Vana are both very comfortable on their classes and both very DM-centric players. So if it falls on DM, I think Xeno will still have the upper hand, even though players like Fane and Down are very strong DM players as well. I think Xeno will come out in the upper hand with this one, probably 4-2 Xeno's way, maybe 4-1. I'm going for the Xeno win prediction again. But again, it's anyone's game right now, as we are just waiting for the last player to get in and ready up.
And let's talk about mid actually, Xander. You see now very open in terms of skybox and all the areas that a soldier can essentially get the little high ground that they could. This mid, I say, will come down. Basically, every point will come down to how the soldiers and how will the projectile classes go fare. And definitely, we are going to see some sneaky flank plays one way or another with the map this big.
Yeah, there's so many flank routes on this map. I've scrimmed it a couple of times, and it's often hard to tell what's a flank and what's supposed to be the main push. In my very limited experience, as everything is... Oh, sorry. Sorry, just choking on myself there. Yeah, everything is quite tight in between these 2 points. Like, every time you see a point, there's 2, like, very narrow tunnels off either side. So it can be quite hard to decipher which one's supposed to be the flank and which one's supposed to be the main route. But these, again, very DM-centric teams will be very interesting to see. As you see, it is... as you say, rather, it is a very wide open mid. I think it'll really depend on whose demo gets there first and who can lock down one side from the other. But yes, I hope to do see some very nice soldier bombs, as this is a wide mid and will lead to that quite a lot. I believe we have quite a long time before anyone gets here, but how's about you take us through this first mid on Logjam?
And Dodge, actually arrived at the mid at the same time. Meanwhile, both teams are not aggressive at all. Very different from Badlands. Matt tried to push down Anna. Say no immediately. Pause as well. Lugnuts down. Getting the kills. And a very easy mid for T21. As I said that, Redcoat got comparable kill on was that another scout. And half from Redcoat. What are you doing? Got a 2k. And even then, T21 wins the mid, but Xeno wins the player advantage and the heal advantage. We should see a repush after this, and wow, Xeno. Wow.
Yeah, it's a really weird thing to see that, because the aggro play from Mad did win them quite a lot of ground, and he did die quite behind and didn't really get anything else done. Oh, Down has resorted to sniper. This is the hell that I did not want to see on this map. This is so sniper friendly because it is so open. Down is getting quite a lot of...
Oh my lord.
Oh, Pause is the only frag. Oh my god.
No! Sorry for for my
does
language,
finally
down.
go down, but Doge actually put on his farm button and just everyone died to that. He got
Yeah.
so many frags in that. Halfrong is actually gonna... Does he get caught out here? No,
No,
the forward spawn is
he's
getting
too far
camped.
behind. And as we say that, down and Doge definitely rents T21 pulp, but down as well. 3 consecutive kills on that sniper class, as we see now. Pushing the second point, and on the elevator position, Vanna goes down, and with low health, going to be falling back with that felt push and another hold for T21.
Yeah, it's again quite hard to push through these choke points. The midpoint is so open, so once you get your sniper through the choke, he can deal so much damage. But if you have, if you're trapped on the wrong side on that choke, then it's so hard to break through. And you did see, you
Oh
know,
my God,
quite a
Matt.
big player ad there going in for something, and they couldn't make anything work, which is very unfortunate. Is Mad in a meme spot? Mad is indeed in a meme location. Doesn't look like anyone's pushing there right now, but should anyone do that, they get the sync bomb, I think. Just loads of spam coming through this choke right now. Doge farming his damage stats down, taken down very low. Varna taken down very low. The demo actually losing it. Fane dying as well, trading for the pause frag there, but that's 2 down with Redcoat actually taking that arrow and managing
Matt
to
is
walk
still behind,
forward.
Remember?
And is actually trying to jump in now. He's getting something. He's on Sean. Sean actually is dodging these rockets really well. Mad
Vanna
actually,
and
yeah.
Pierre, see you later. Wins the second point, and this should be a last push try for Xenophobia T21, trying to do something to hold equal Uber, but opted to stalemate instead.
Yeah, it's even Uber, nothing much is happening right now. Some nice stickies coming in on the main there. Varna actually getting deleted by stickies on the other side from Crud there. Some nice sticky trap action. There is a sniper on Mad crouching behind the boxes on the left-hand side from the defender's perspective, but he does just actually change off.
And we see now still a fairly stalemate position. Vanna is the only casualty from that last fight. Mad is actually down now, is on the sniper place. You'll be seeing another play from them, but so far nothing happened except a few spams here and there.
Yeah, Sniper again is quite strong on all these points because you have to walk through such a very narrow doorway.
Never mind.
Redcoat is actually taking quite a lot of damage, but the nice spam follow-up from Pause actually does kill Crud. That's quite a big pick. They should actually try to move off this. Down taking quite a lot of spam in spawn, but he does hit a very nice headshot actually, but he's just spamming that from spawn as the Uber is forced very early. Tay looks like he's going to get caught. Oh no, he does get a nice flash from Sean. Both of these Ubers are taken out. Some point play, loads of stickies on that point. They need to get someone on that point as the stickies actually do get fragged rather as Fane kills Doge rather, and that does look like our first pause of the game, Concorde.
Yeah, let's talk about that last push. Very much a good positioning for T21. Essentially playing it safe, playing it collapsing down on Xenophobia, up playing them methodically, and Xenophobia now, as we saw on the push, Kurd is actually on Sean's tail. Vanna is still beside him, but other than that, actually we can see Vayne and Lugnuts has their sight also from the lower entrance there. And Xander, very interesting situation so far when we got back from this pause.
Yeah, I reckon Sean should hopefully get out. If he gets through this shutter with his scout, then he can hit a surf and get out, and that should be okay. You never know, he could get caught, he could hit that explosion in just the wrong way, but I think Sean will probably get out by the skin of his teeth here. But yeah, I mean, it's such a wide and long last point. With that Uber forced so early, they couldn't do anything. Sean actually does run away here. The demo is jumping forward to see what he can do. Sean does actually get caught. Nice pipes. Yeah, he did actually make it all the way into that choke, but unfortunately that sticky juggled him there. This looks like it should be a fairly easy mid-cap from red team, although there is a sticky trap on point. Oh, it gets det too early, unfortunately. That would have been a really good. Red coat is actually on spy. He has been called out. Half wrong does get that call really, really quickly. Decloak's a little bit too close to him. And now this is just... Oh, actually, my HUD's broken. It is not just 2 up. I apparently still have my old HUD.
Actually, no, you're right. It's 2 up. Oh yeah, my HUD's broken. My bad. We are seeing now a very massive fight there. They got caught out. Boss is still behind. Down, possibly cleaning him up, but still no... Actually, no. Boss actually got killed by Down. As we see now, possible last push from...
Yeah, this should be like quite a large Uber ad from them if I'm counting right. And they're heading into that last point. Point hasn't been played yet. The Uber only just getting forced out. This Puta's doing quite a lot of damage. Does lose his life eventually. All of his point is being collapsed on. Sean and Tay both very, very low. Mad hits some nice rockets and does cap that point out. And that is our first round on the board from Trisomy 21 Concorde.
Oh yeah, very much interesting positioning there. As we see now, the second minute for this map, Logjam, it's 1-0 to T21 tie. And will we see very comfortable mid here, Xander?
Yeah, actually Crud getting there a little bit earlier than Doge and hitting that first sticky on him, which is really good. Both soldiers trying to jump forward aggressive onto this kitchen side. And the spam is coming out. Down, Fane, both die, but Tay and Porzo, they're answering frags right away. Both soldiers down. Crud actually does lose his life. Mad is taken down very, very low. Not red coat, sorry. Half wrong is running for his life. Lugnut's taken out by a really nice pipe, and Mad just choosing to meet up with his medic and leave. They're going to try to hold this Uber onto last, I imagine.
Yeah, very good counter collapse for Xenophobia after the initial kills has gone down, and we are seeing now Xeno capping the elevated points here, and the red team up to push back, not wanting to pass the point cap, as we see now an equal Uber and A on sniper.
Yeah, I believe they play quite a fluid pocket/Roma. You see Tay often going in for those forces, and they're using that to their advantage now. Tay, quite a good sniper, and is in quite a good position to hopefully get a pick here. Down is standing still. Tay misses. Oh no.
It's not Down, it's Mad. Mad is actually on sniper.
Oh, sorry. Down was standing still, and Tay took the shot and missed. Sorry, I was calling the wrong thing. But yes, there is an answering sniper, but Mad actually does get body shot down by Tay. Tay actually does lose his life to a trap there, trying to peek really aggro, and that's their counter sack for their team, as Mad is going to spawn a little bit earlier. We'll see if Tay comes up sniper again, or if he comes up some other off-class, but these Uber is still stalemated on this very large last point.
Yeah, very much what you said there. Tay is still up to stay on sniper. Mad is already going back to soldier. Will we see another aggro peak or one way from Tay, as we see now another spam?
Yeah, Down has actually changed to sniper as well, so it looks like there's going to be a little counter sniper action here. Down watching the angle, Tay about to peek. I imagine Tay will lose this duel. Or no, they both take shots and miss. Tay opting to rotate, but I reckon Down is just going to keep watching this angle. If Tay can get in really aggressive on this angle, looks like he will. He might be able to hit a really nice shot onto Half Wrong here. Half Wrong is not moving quite a lot, but he is just behind that crate. Half Wrong there. Oh, the God shot misses from Tay, unfortunately. It looks like there's another rotate coming in here, Concorde.
Yeah, hide and seek. Oh, as I say that, Tay got deleted from the video game of Team Fortress 2 by Down there. A very good headshot. Now, will we see a push from Red Team?
I imagine this is just a little bit of a poke here, seeing what they can get done. No counter sack coming in just yet. These stickies are too close for comfort here. They're not doing anything. Mad going in. Down is actually really, really far forward in an awkward position. The soldier is actually coming in on the side of Xeno. Paws jumping in and gets the force. Sean uses as well, actually, in that. And now this is an Uber exchange into lobby. Fane. Oh
no,
no,
Fane
that
didn't have
sniper
any
is still
ammo.
up. That sniper is denying Sean access here, but that doesn't matter. Vana is just DMing absolutely everything. Does eventually crater, and they do lose 2 players for it. Sean
Doggy
and
is
Redcoat
separated
is
from
actually
Sean
on
here
Spy.
for a bit.
Redcoat might be able to go to for the back cap while everyone is distracted. I think he might choose to actually go. Fane does spawn rather, and he is waiting for the right point. He's actually getting healed. Halfrong does
God.
know. Halfrong gets taken very, very low, but Redcoat does die for his efforts right in the end. Concorde.
Had me on the second side there. Redcoat almost fooled Halfrong before he pulled out his Uber stock and get the Uber. We see now a push there from Fane, taking down Oz. Xeno immediately pushing back, but actually the Uber has been popped from Red Team. A counter push from Dodge. Oh my lord, what an amazing jump there. And with that, Xeno should easily clap, destroy T21, and this should be a last cap unless Mad has something to say about it, as well as Crud. And
Crud
Mad
just
on
spamming
down.
stickies if he
Only the
can,
soldier
but some
remains.
nice arrows actually
And
from Sean
see you
saving that
later.
round. That was a really nice arrow keeping Tay alive just there. That's what won them that round. It was an interesting Uber pop. They popped their Uber really, really early, and the frags actually came out from non-Ubered players. Like 60% of those frags were from not Ubered players, which is interesting to see, but it worked for them. And now we head into mid number 3, Concorde.
Yeah, very much interesting. Now we see mid number 3, no aggro as of yet, and we are not seeing any soldiers jumping. What is going on? As I said, that I was trying to do something, but got caught on. Mad destroyed by K. 2 against 1 frag here, but Xeno are stuck on their choke. K trying to push forward. He's on half strong kill, but ooh, Fane with the nice save. And now Xeno won that mid with they almost taking down half wrong, and Redcoat trying to do something about it, but I think 21 will be able to keep half wrong alive and get this second elevated position up.
Yeah, really well played from them, choosing to back out rather than feed, like we've seen from them a couple of times. Loads of really big damage. Redcoat is actually forced to commit there and dies for it, unfortunately. We'll hopefully see some sort of counter-sack. Mad is in the right position to go for it, but that kitchen area is being watched like a hawk. Down does lose his life for a second time, in really quick succession there. First one to an arrow, as we do see this cave push coming in. Tay actually going in right behind, misses some really easy rockets on half wrong. Beef. Oh no, but they are using that to walk forward, but there's so many stickies in this really narrow choke point, they can't actually get anywhere on this 2-player ad. This Uber, yeah, this trade is going in big single, and that single actually works out for them as Redcoat is taken out in that fight. Halfrong actually loses his life though. His pause is in exactly the right position, but it looks like his team might be forced to leave as they're 2 down. Just some spam trying to get in here, but it looks like the positioning is all on the side of Red Team. Mad jumping really far forward, really locking them out of that choke. Down actually loses his life. Fane actually losing his life as well, and that will reverse this point right back in the favor of Xeno.
On, but as all of that happened, still staying alive. Slugnuts will eventually got killed by Vanna there. Xenophobia recapping mid, and T21 stuck on the second point again, down on the sniper side. Will we see another cheeky sniper?
Mad is in a very dumb spot right now. Here he's going to come onto Sean right now. Sean actually eats 2 rockets and drops his Uber. That is an illegal gameplay situation from Mad. I bet you he has spent time trying every little edge bug, wall bug that he can find wall bug that he can find. I got in trouble for calling it the wrong thing. It's a wall bug, I believe. But yeah, he's clipping in there.
So I said that Halfrong got launched there with the effort on the last push. Actually, Xeno was able to cap that second point, Sean losing his life, but Halfrong forced
Yeah,
Pause
that
and
collapse from
push.
Xeno was really, really nice to see walking in there. Looks like Paws might lose his life here to a really aggressive Lugnuts. He actually does strafe around really well. No, he's going to lose his life here. Yeah, the scouts are walking forward. That point gets recapped. That collapse from Xeno did get them that point, which means they're flip-flopping on second point rather than mid, which is really good for them. But these Ubers are even with only Paws down on Xeno's side.
Oh my lord, Matt, please. As I said, that Matt actually caught that face somewhere, barely, barely alive there. And will we see another meme spot from Matt? I think he might.
It looks like he's heading back to the same spot. Oh no, he's just spamming. I thought he was heading back to the same spot in the cave position. Might be trying to get there. I don't know what he's up to. Just spamming, it looks like for now. As these Ubers rather have evened out. No off classes on either team right now.
What were you saying, Xander?
As he jumped up to that spot again. Oh, look, there we go. He's even higher than he was before, is he? Oh, maybe not. I can't really tell. But he's clipped right into that corner. Redcoat actually does get taken out by a sticky trap. Nothing happening there. Down is on Spy. Might just be checking classes in spawn. Actually does look like he's committing. He is running through on that Spy, wearing the Kill Me in One pipe knife, though. So we'll see if that pays off for him.
We are seeing now a possible flank.
Redcoat on Spy as well,
Down.
actually.
Ooh, barely missing Tater. Down now. Secret Agent Manning on the midpoint. No one has seen him yet. Anyone needs to do something for Down to be able to move.
Down
to
is
position.
right behind Sean right now. They have a Spy on both teams now, but if Down decloaks right now, he's got a really, really good position. Here he comes. He's walking towards Sean. He gets the stab. Doge taken down really, really low, but he does get the one pipe kill there. And oh!
Yes! Oh.
Wow,
Secret
Spy
Agent
play from both teams.
Both of them.
Amazing.
Oh my lord.
The rare
Amazing
double
plays.
drop, but it looks like
Thermite
Xeno is winning the post-fight situation. Their collapse came in at just the right time to really catch out some of their players after that drop from Redcoat there.
Lord.
Second point goes into their favor, and it looks like we'll have another even situation from second into last. Yeah, Heavy being the only off-class that we see right now. No more Spy shenanigans.
What is this match? What is this map? As we see now, Xeno still on second. They are not confident enough to push to last, as Afrong now building rapidly, 55% to Sean's 60%. It's very much equal, a little bit of bad. As we see now, Redcoat and Vanna trying a little bit on that side.
Yeah, I would say
other
they're
than
going to
that,
wait for
no.
their Uber before they break into this lobby. Would be sensible to do. They know Lugnuts is on this Putus, but there's no other off classes happening just yet. As this Uber is just about to come up, we should see them break into lobby proper very, very soon.
They're stacking the right side here.
Oh
no.
my god. Pause does the thing that he always does and clears stickies with his pickaxe and pays with his life. Mad in behind, but gets cleaned up really, really easily there. That's a counter stack coming in. This Putus is dealing a lot of damage, spamming into that choke. Crud again caught out forwards.
Ooh, Redcoat
Uber's trading actually up here. Uber's trading on the top left from the defender's perspective. Soldiers trying to jump forward, seeing what they can do. The blue team is actually pretty locked out right now. Tay jumping in, getting half wrong. Sean is staying alive. Oh, Sean is not staying alive. Never mind. Pause hitting some nice rockets, dealing a lot of damage, but that's 3 up compared to the wipe. Redcoat coming up the Frenchman yet again. We'll see if he can either back cap or hit another ridiculous stab.
No back cap. The elevated point there will be capped by T21. Red could possibly get the half wrong pick here if he... No. Oh, thank God.
Oh dear.
Thank God he was being spotted on by the T21 players. That would be horrendous for them. Now,
yeah, they're moving on that player ad. Pauses jumping in, trying to see what he can get, and he does get half wrong. Hits some really nice rockets, and that trap takes out Mad too. Only Pause down, and Crud's very, very low health. Fane jumping through to commit to see what he can do, but he gets mulched by some really nice pipes. Down also committing to this fight. Looks like he's going to lose his life as well. Really well held by Xeno there.
What have we seen there? Xeno should be able to cap this elevated point of second now.
Yeah, full ad pushing in towards last again. This is exactly the situation you want to see.
All the things in the world. Finally, Anangi is spawned down from Lugnuts, but Sean with the full Uber axe should something about it. Vanna, take it forward. This should be an easy cap.
Yeah, this Uber is...
Mad, Fade. Will we see a cap? Will we see a cap? Yes, we could. And that is... Oh, actually, wait a second. Never mind. One from the side of Xeno.
That is our frag from XX Xeno XX as they come in there. That was really nicely played. Unfortunately, it's so hard not to pop through, and that's such a big last point. Forced by that sniper, just watching that point, you need to pop through, but it's just takes so long to get anywhere. That gun was never in any real danger from that Uber until right at the very end. But we do head into this next mid Concorde. Let's see what's happening.
Let's see now. Hafrong caught on a bit of damage there, and no aggro push as of yet. As I say that, 21 trying to do something, fade and pause fading. Matt going down to red code, and we are seeing now a very red team already capping the midpoint, almost stay up on the midpoint, very low health. How is he able to stay alive? Uber has been popped from Hafrong, trying to push them back. Sean! Take that pop. Actually dropping A. But with a nice take on trade. Hafrong helped by Doge. And we are not done yet with the mid. Actually, we are. Oz with a great air shot on the blood. Matt goes down. Vanna down. Will lose his life as well as Red. What is going on? Doge with the YC.
That was very messy play. Mad actually coming in from the rear of there. I believe that's called the kitchen flank. I have no idea. I'm going to call it logs. He flanked through logs, jumped onto Sean, and actually did manage to take Sean out, but the collapse from Xeno was just phenomenal there. And they absolutely mulched the entire team. Only 2 or 3 members of their team surviving in that, but they have actually managed to cap that point from 2 very aggro soldiers. Pause, not jumping out in time though, and does lose his life. And all of the rest of Xeno are in the wrong side of this choke as the point does cap the other way, Concorde.
Yeah, very much interesting. And we are seeing now Lugnuts taking a bit of damage there from those stickies. As actually Kran and those staring to face to face. Looks actually taken out by Mad. Did too well for them. Bane and a scout there trying to initiate a fight there. Bane got soldiered there by Paz. With Crud returning the favor, and red team having the second point. This should be an easy push there from Hafrong, but Sean with the
and the Uber isn't up on blue team just yet, and they're forced to pop it super early to counter that point play. And Lugnuts is playing the point, and there's so many stickies. As soon as this Uber fades, it looks like this point is going to get capped. Crud is in the right spot. Oh no, he does get absolutely mulched. Fane is the last one alive. That was what looked really good for them, but now it's just Fane, and he's not going to win that fight. Does actually manage to trade the demo, which he's not very pleased about, it looks like in chat. But that looks like everything was going the right way. There were so many stickies on the point. Crud was dealing a lot of damage, and then suddenly it all goes wrong, and Xeno's Uber does manage to clean up the players it needs to.
Yeah, B21 was too passive. They were sticking on the high ground and not rushing the point immediately. As I said that, Red Code got killed by Crud, Matt and Lugnuts, Red Code and Pause, and we are seeing now trade, Anna, Crud, all over the place. Pause actually taking on Crud with down, returning it to him, and actually it's 3v3 now, and both teams are forced to back out with Hafrong staying on that flank area and on mid.
Yeah, it was another good fight coming in there. Very messy fights that we're seeing. It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what's going on quite a lot of the time, but that one seemed to just boil down to DM in the end, and some really nice... Oh, the Uber is actually popped in. Hafrong doesn't have his yet. If he does get caught out now, this would be really good. He's separated from his whole team, and he's running away. Does look like he'll manage to get out.
Well, no one's on the last. This could be a very fast cap. That is already on.
Oh, Hafrong does lose his life on like 90-something%.
It should be a very comfortable. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
That is 2-2 on the board with
There we go.
5 minutes remaining. This is the same scoreline we saw at basically exactly the same time in the last map, and that one went to a golden cap. Here's me having to get up early for work tomorrow, hoping it doesn't go to another golden cap, but we'll see based on this mid. Concorde, why don't you take us through it?
will we see that for sure? And again, no execution of as of yet. They learned their lesson. But T21 again initiating the push. Pain was denied. Push down their casualties of that fight. Up wrong cat killed by Pain, and this should be a bit to Xenophobia phobia. Lognut is the only one remaining, and that's a clean wipe. This should be Xeno's round here with the easy, the elevated point, the second point.
Yeah, full Uberad pushing into this second. Cap's already going down. Only 2 players up so far as the rest of the team spawns. Defensive off classes in Engineer and was Putus? I don't know what he... Yeah, no, there we go. Putus again. So we do see the tank off classes coming in to do what they can against this full Uber. No Pyro, which is interesting to see against these really tight choke points. Pyro might be effective if you can get close enough. But this is Xeno's push to make, and I guess we just wait to see what happens, Concorde.
Yeah, we see now Uber has been pushed. The fortress composition, tank off passes from T91 doing something, but Lognut getting the damage, actually taking down Dodge. Vana killing Pain, and there's a backup going on. Red Toad trying to do his usual shenanigans, but no avail, and that's a last hold there for T21.
Yeah, that Putus should have died quite a lot. Took him a while to take out that gun, and all the rest of the other team was standing on the complete other side of the point, which is a very long way on such a large point. Halfrong is actually managing to get out here without using, which is really, really good for him. Tay loses his life as he walks in, trying to get some sort of force there. Halfrong's still not used, and they're really, really close in choke, and their Uber does come out. Crud jumping really, really far forward. Should catch Sean? Actually, no. Crud's not flashed.
He doesn't have anyone to connect.
What was that Uber? Mad is actually in a really good position behind. He can jump onto this choke and get some really good damage on Sean. Sean is actually surfing really well, but the other soldier is coming in. Other soldier gets mulched as well. Really good team play coming in from Xeno.
This could be Xeno's win. Halfrong was disconnected from Crud. Crud was way too far forward, getting caught on by the Xeno players as they now push from the middle. We haven't seen any push from the middle. The Pyro of Lognut has been move forward. Sean doesn't have anyone to heal. Halfrong Lognut going down. It should be an easy cap for Xenophobia, and it will 3-2 with 2 minutes remaining.
This might be their mid, seeing as it takes about 2 minutes to get to mid on this map anyway. We'll see how much time they have to fight the rest of the map after this. But this does look like it's going to be our last mid of this map. Why don't you take us through it, Concorde?
T21 needs to have a perfect mid, do something about the 3-2 position they are in right now. Aggro pushes has not yet been initiated. They say that T21 again, Mad going down to T. Finally taken down by Down. Pause, killed by Bane. Yet for T21. Perfect mid. What is going on?
Yeah, only their Roma taking space there was the last frag there, and some errant pipes catching out Vana as he's running away. Not sure if that's good luck or good management, but yeah, he does lose his life right at the end.
This will not be an easy fight there. Equal Ubers, we know how we'll go. Vana is on Sniper, and Cat will possibly can have some players there from T21. Equal Ubers. Actually, Halfrong had to pop. Sean not yet popped. Finally, late Uber trade there. Ryu has a better Uber, but other than that, a very much equal fight once again.
Yeah, this Uber is traded and they get no ground off that, and they're still in lobby with 30 seconds left. Time is not on their side. They need to make a move. This shutter is getting played in the middle a little bit, but this gun is up, actually getting moved forward to stand behind that point.
It's game for Xenophobia phobia.
They're not moving with 20 seconds left. They need to get in here. What is happening?
They don't have Uber. They're not vulnerable.
But they got to do something. Here it comes. The last push is
Nine.
coming in just in
Catchphones.
time. One gamer jumping on the point, but it's just the medic. It was way too late. They should have done something way before then. Halfrong running in to see what he can do, but he gets mulched by that sentry gun. And that is our Logjam map going towards Xeno. 3-2 in what was a significantly closer series than we were expecting, going to the golden cap in the first map and coming down to that very, very last push, that last 30 seconds to tie it up from red team there. Very, very close game and very good one to cast, Concorde.
Wow. Very much like you said, it's very much equal, like you said, to the Badlands comparable. And we are seeing now the logs. Let me run you through. Most kills is going to be Doge, 28 kills with 7 deaths, 28 7, with a whopping 11,000 damage, comparable to Crud's 10,000 damage.
I reckon 11,930 counts as 12,000. I reckon that's 12,000 damage
12,000
with
indeed.
403 damage per minute. Doge absolutely pounding.
Yeah, we see that in like the moment where Doge absolutely steamrolled on that mid to second push there, essentially winning Xeno a mid essentially, and we are seeing now the medic stats half wrong, definitely a bit more, actually a bit equal, but definitely Sean with the better positioning there. And as we see now, not much to say other than very close match, but Xenophobia edges out T21 by barely.
Yeah, I mean, looking at some of the other stats really quickly, there's obviously good players on both teams. Crud actually coming in strong for his team there. He's been had quite a mixed performance recently. I remember the last game I casted with him in, he got like 3 frags or something on, I believe it was Product, and he really came in that game for his team. Again, only 2,000 damage behind Doge, who absolutely pounded. So Crud must have done a lot of work, almost 3,000 damage ahead of the next top damager on his team in their pocket, Fane. But there's a lot of other strong players on the side of Xeno. Varna obviously putting in a really, really good performance on Pocket Scout, and Tay on their Soldier doing a lot of really aggressive jumps, taking a lot of ground, which is really what you need to do on a map this large. So I think the team play overall from Xeno just really won them that one.
Yeah, like you said again, you pointing out the medic's positioning. Sean, comparable 6 death to Halfrong's 13. Like you said, Sean, the better man on positioning. And when we talk about comparing the match on Badlands on Logjam, this is way more messier than Badlands for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes down to map knowledge. Everyone knows Badlands, but Logjam is kind of like the wild card in this season. We're trying it out, but because no one really knows too much about it, a lot of it is kind of messy DM fights and people flanking and Mad standing in, weird clips and things like that. I'm sure.
Second out. Thank you.
It's not banned in ozfortress. You don't get banned for that. But yeah, it's again really interesting place. Some interesting wall bugs and some interesting ledges you can kind of clip into, which again the map maker said he'd look into things like that. But I think you need a couple of interesting spots, otherwise it's not exciting. But yeah, I mean the big thing, as you said, Sean's 6 deaths to Halfrong's 13. That I think is the real tell, and they did really, really well to get 1 round less than Xeno did, with their med dying over twice as much. Yeah, it's really shows how close this season is looking to be. That was the second place team versus the 4th place team as of right now, and for second place team only just won both of those maps. So admittedly, the second place team did not have 2 of their core players. They didn't have their 2 core scouts, but it does show you how close this season could get into the finals, which we are heading into very soon. I believe there's 1 more week in the Prem bracket, and then we head into finals brackets. which will be very, very exciting. And TF Live will be back to cast these finals games in the coming weeks. Look out for posts on TFTV and all that kind of stuff for our finals coverage, but we will definitely be back with a few of our finals games, hopefully with some very exciting close games, just like the one that you just watched. My thanks go to Concorde for casting with me tonight. Thank you so much, my man. It was a pleasure. And my thanks also head out to Thermite for organizing this cast and producing and all that kind of good stuff. Thank you as well. Let's have a couple of quick shout outs. Do you have anyone to shout out, Concorde?
Shout out to everyone, really. Thank you for watching this cast. Thank you for watching my cast, which is like 2 months or 4 months apart from my last cast. I still have something to work on, but that's fine. And shout out to the Asia Fortress community. Hey there, we are going to have our LAN in 4 years, December. See you there.
In 4 years, planning ahead, are we?
No, actually, no. 2014 to 2018, December.
Oh, right. Sorry. Cool. I'll make a couple of shout outs just before we wrap things up for tonight. Shout out to Xeno Discord. Shout out to Fane in particular, asking for a shout out on your Fane. Shout out to everyone on both teams tonight for such a great close cast. Shout out to everyone who watched the stream. We wouldn't do this if people didn't watch it. And thanks to both of you guys for casting with me and for producing tonight. Look out for posts. We will be back again with some of our finals coverage in the next few weeks. So stick around for some more great TF2. Good night, everyone.
See you on the clips.